Hey guys, this is Lisa Tedder with Tedder Bear Stamping, and today I'm going to show you this really cool card that I got the idea from Lavonne Schwendeman. I'm going to have it written down, so if I crucified her name, I'm sorry, Lavonne. But I used the stamp set Sea of Textures, and the designer paper is from Tranquil Textures, and I thought it looked like it was under the sea because of the bubbles. And then on the inside it says have a wonderful adventure, and I masked off a lot. So, and I embossed on vellum here. So I'm going to show you how to cut and score everything. So let's get started. First off, you're going to come in with a piece of Blackberry Bliss, or I'm coming in with Blackberry Bliss. You can come in with something else. That's 8.5 by 5.5. And I'm going to go ahead and just crease that. Oh, look at my nails match my paper. Did not plan that. I love to get my nails done, so the crazier the better. And of course glitter. So, alright, sorry, I got a little off track there. It's like you're saying squirrel. So, I'm coming in with my Simply Scored, and I'm going to find the middle, which we know at 5.5 is 2 3/4. And I'm just going to come in with this and make a little bit of a mark. Alright, and then I'm going to use this black line that I used before, and I wanted to show you. You just put the line, the black line right where you made your dot, and the corner and the dot should be like lining up on this black line. And it's just any old black line. I just put it there so that it's easy for me to follow. So I'm just going to start like right here, so hopefully I won't miss my mark. Then I'm going to turn it, let's see, this way, and bring the corner on this side of the black line and line this up. And hopefully you can see this really well. You can see part of it. Let's see if I move it up. There we go. So I'm bringing in this corner and this part right here, and again I'm just going to start it here and come up. Okay, then I'm going to go to hold on one second, I have a cheat sheet that's telling me where to score everything and I don't have it. So alright, so I'm going to go to put this up here. Let's bring this over here, and I'm going to go to 1 5/8 and make a mark, and then I'm going to flip it and do the same thing, but on the other side, 1 5/8. Okay, so now they're like, I've got them going like this. So you're going to, again, line up this mark. Well, let's see here. Okay, line up this mark here, and the bottom, again, in the middle, you want them to both line up onto this black line. Alright, and then I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. Alright, and then you are going to go to 3 3/8. So let's go here. 3 3/8. Flip this so that I make sure I'm going in the same way. 3 3/8. Okay, and then one more time, I'm going to line it up where this mark is and to the middle, which is right here. There you go. And this mark here and the middle. There. So now you have it where it looks kind of like a fan. And you are going to make this a mountain fold. Let me move this so that I can get it out of the way so I can score and have everything laying nice. and then a valley. And then that. Okay. So when it's folded, it's going to look like that. And we're going to do the other side. So mountain again. And a valley. And you really want to make sure that this part is pointy, and sometimes that's hard to do. And then we're going to go up with this one. Okay, so now it's going to, whoops, going the other way. They just have to go in on themselves. Hold on. There. And this is why you have to have your point, because I guess this last one's a mountain. I'm sorry. Alright, it's just because I folded it weird. Alright, so make sure these are pokey or like pointed. So you have to kind of use your, get it to point right. There we go. And then score it again with your bone folder to get it nice edge. Okay, so there, I know it's really dark, so hopefully you can see this. But it has it like that, and I have lights on. But it is raining, so I don't know. Alright, so now I want to get a piece for here to do this, and I'm bringing in that designer series paper, and it is cut like a regular one, which would be 5 1/4 by 4, because that's what you would do to line a normal piece of paper. So I'm going to bring that in, and I'm going to mark it at the middle. Again, you're going to mark it at 2 5/8. I'm trying to find my pencil. Oh, here it is. Because 2 1/2 and 2 1/2 is 5, and then we need an 1/8. So 2 5/8. And you might want to do this on the back, but you're going to go ahead and cut this time. Let me get this. You're going to place this here and then place the corner. There we go. And then you're going to do the same thing, this corner here with this. Make sure I get it right in the middle. There we go. Okay, now save these because these will work for the inside. So now this fits perfectly on there. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so then I had a piece of the mint macaron, sorry. And this is 5 1/4 by 4. And I want, since this is 1 inch down, like not 1 inch, but one size down, because it's cut, I need to cut off 1 inch off of this so that it's not so long on this side. Not even an inch, I'm sorry, 1/8 of an inch. So I'm going to put this here, and what I did was there's this little line here along your channel that's just a little line that will, you can line it up with, because that's all I wanted to take off. Not the end of the gray, but the end of the, where the thing sits in. Hopefully this makes sense. Alright, so you're just going to cut that off, and then I'm going to take off my washi and then put the other one in and do the same thing. Line it up to just the crack of where this little piece slides in. And then I'm just holding it with my washi so that it will stay. Hopefully this all makes sense. Whoa. Okay, hold on. I need to have that. There we go. Why is it not cutting? There it goes. I think. There. Okay. For some reason, and I just changed my blade. That's all right. Okay, so take off the washi. Move this. And I'm going to go ahead and put some adhesive on the back. And just place this into the corners. So it has a nice border on both sides. And then do the same with this piece. I love having layers in my cards. So you could do this with no layers at all, but I really like the layers. Okay, so that came out perfect. The last one I did, it was separated, and this one meets, which I kind of like. So, all right, we're going to put this aside because I'm going to come in and put this on the front. And you find your long edge, and then that's what's going to go towards the top. Okay, that looks so pretty. This Blackberry Bliss we used to have, and now I am like so happy that it's back. So now I want to do my little vellum piece, and this is 3 by 3 3/4, and you're going to cut the same size out with mint macaron so it'll be underneath, just so that it doesn't show underneath the bubbles, because you want to be able to see your octopus. So I am going to go ahead and let me make sure I do this right. 3. Okay, so the 3 inches at the top, and we're going to cut, let's see, do 1.5 here. And we're going to go ahead and bring in our cutter again. And place this in the middle with the tip of that, with the corner. Okay. And then flip it and do the exact same thing. Well, this is why I like to have the washi tape holding it. I was hoping if I pushed hard enough that it would be okay. Okay. So now we have that, and it will fit right in here perfectly. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to stamp my octopus in the Blackberry Bliss, and then I'm going to emboss him. Let's see, I need a piece of scratch paper to put underneath. Okay. Uh-oh. Doggy's starting to bark. Hopefully he's not going to bug us. But it is pouring outside, and I can't have him go outside. So he's going to go right here. And then I'm going to bring in some clear embossing powder. And it stays wet for a while on vellum. So I'm going to just emboss this so that you'll see why. Isn't he pretty? All nice and sparkly. And not sparkly, but shiny. Alright, so I'm going to put him back here. And I'm going to come in with the seaweed that goes behind him. But first of all, I've stamped him onto a piece of Post-it, and I'm going to cover him up because I want the seaweed to come up from behind, look like it's behind him. So I'm going to come in with my Tranquil Tide. And put this aside for now. And I want it to look like dark and light, so they have a lot of dimension. That's the word. Alright, so you just keep stamping your background a few times, and you want to get one right here so that it goes between his legs, and then do it along the sides. Let's do a couple more. I want it to look very busy. Not busy, but he's got a lot behind him. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to emboss that too, just so that it will not wipe off later. Okay, so now he's got all that behind him. I'm going to come in with a sponge and do the green over on the sides because I want it to look somewhat murky on the sides, so that it, and then I'm doing pretty much towards the bottom, because when I put in my my glue dots, I want to be able to have it be hidden, my glue dots. All right, and once again, I'm going to emboss that, because I don't know about you, but seeing vellum embossed is really, really pretty. So you'll have to try it if you haven't. All right, so let's heat that up again. Okay, so now it's shiny on the edges, it's shiny, you know, wherever you embossed. I'm going to bring in my one piece that I said was going to go behind, and I'm going to try something. I just want to see what it would look like if I put these behind. I might not use it depending on how it looks. But I thought of it after the fact, and so now I'm like wondering what it's going to look like if I did that. So I might as well practice while you are sitting here with me. Alright, so let's put that on here. You can see some. I thought it might give it a little bit more dimension, but it really did not. Well, it does in the back here a little bit. Alright, so I'm just going to hold this in place and cut along the edge. You could use your cutter for this, but it just seems easier when you have a template just to follow it. And let's see, hold that up. I didn't quite get it right here. It was close, but not quite. All right. Okay, so that looks really cute. I'm going to bring in some glue dots and put one behind his head because you cannot see. One in each corner near where the embossing was, and then one down here. This way it will hold and you can't see the glue dots. Okay, and the glue dots kind of let you manipulate it a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and use my sponge, wherever, right here, and just sponge the edges of the cardstock so that if it does peek out, you won't notice. There, I like that. Okay, so now I'm going to stamp my sentiment, which is You're One of a Kind, on this teeny tiny piece of cardstock. And then trim it the rest of the way. And then make it into a banner. It does help if you trim up the middle first and then you can meet the edges. And I'm going to put that onto dimensionals. And this goes on front of the, with the octopus. And then this gets popped up so I can put him on the front. It's another thing I love is dimensionals. And diamonds. I was thinking of adding a diamond to this, but I was thinking that could be a man card. But if I add diamonds, then it might not be a man card anymore. So you'll have to tell me what you think. Okay. Isn't this pretty? I love this. Alright. Alright, and then we can come in with this. And what I'm going to do is bring in a couple of Post-its and then make it so it has some of the seaweed going there too. Well, that was a bad one. Didn't have any sticky left. Alright. So I don't want it to go onto the designer paper. And I'm not going to go all the way up because I want a sentiment at the top too. Which I think I will put down first so that I make sure I don't go over it. And I want that to be in the Rich Razzleberry, or the Blackberry Bliss. Okay, now I'm coming back in and I'm going to clean this off. I don't know, hold on one second. This is our new chamois, and I keep it into my into one of the boxes that we have. It gets very dirty, as you can tell, but nothing comes off. Like once you just wipe this off a couple times, you can run it under water, and it comes out so clean. I love this thing. All right, so I'm going to use the green again and try not to get a halo because I hate halos, and just stamp like I did before, trying to have dark and light. Make a couple there. I mean, it has to look like it's underwater, right? And it does get a lot of seaweed. Oh, I wanted to leave that on. Hold on. Now that one sponge that I used earlier to sponge, I'm going to go ahead and sponge just a little bit on the edges, and I didn't get it any more ink on it because I just want it to be a little bit subtle. And I'm starting off of the Post-it and then going on to the cardstock. So hopefully it won't leave these big old lines. Okay. And then that way it gives it some shading too. Yes. Okay. Sorry, I get a little excited. All right. I got a huge smile on my face right now because I'm loving this. And it wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. All right. So now when you have it closed, it has this beautiful look to it. And it looks kind of like a plane, you know, like an airplane that you folded when you were a kid. But it looks so pretty when you're done. All right, well, I hope you like this and that you come back next week because I'll have something else for you then. Thank you. Bye.